For the most of you, I'm so proud of you guys, I just can't even tell you. But we're all, that's why I want us all to lock together a strong bond, because we're in a very inert plane. We're a very inert planet. Human consciousness is almost inert. The mind is out of control. It jumps from highly narcissistic to can't even think. I mean, there's so many problems here on all levels that we have to work it out. And this is why developing yourself spiritually and developing your health is by all means should be one's priority. I think it's your survival into the next lifetime, your survival now. And I think those survival tools include the knowledge of detoxification, the knowledge of controlling the mind instead of the mind controlling you, those sort of things. And so learning detoxification, very, very important. Learning healing crisis. And I mean, you know, some of them have sent people to the emergency room, no question. I send people to the emergency room probably once a month or so. But better to be safe than sorry, because they do have some tools in the ER that can help support you. And it's not the detox that's doing it, it's your body that's the problem. It's not detoxification that's the problem, it's your body. Your body is what you have to deal with. Highly acidic, weak kidneys, weak adrenal glands, nervous system's down, bad livers, colons are a mess. So that's what I'm saying. We've got a lot of work, and you'll see that by comments like this of people that are suffering, and I have no doubt that these two are suffering. But you're going to have different opinions when you call here because there's no book out there. I try to educate, like I said, our new people as much as we can. But we don't know. We try to take you off the herbs and see if that'll relieve some of your symptoms. Sometimes we put you on just a couple to see if that'll take them away or help them. We don't want to take away all your symptoms, and we have to determine whether those symptoms are life-threatening or maybe you're not doing the program and you know whatever you're dealing with is getting worse because of that, because a lot of people lie to us. We see this all the time. People call in, are you all right? Yeah, and you can tell they're not. And then you start talking, and then pretty soon they're having fish and they're having all these other things. So, you know, and I see this in my clients. You can tell when someone's all raw and when they're not. And so this is some of the things. You can't lie about this. So, and it doesn't matter. There's nothing here that matters except you and your survival through eternity, your awareness, and you as soul. Your bodies, they can be fixed. They can be changed. You can deal with these bodies by learning how to get them well. Controlling the mind is a big factor out there. Because again, governments have learned this for years, control of the human mind. And how they control people and make everybody fear-based. Good example, look at the America in the elections. Ron Paul's the only one talking about the Constitution and liberty, and he's the last man on the totem pole. That's how fear-based man is. He's afraid to be free. Isn't that amazing? You guys, a lot of people are afraid to be free. I'm just so amazed at that. We're so fear-based. And so in this country, this whole thing with Bush and Cheney and bin Laden, the old groups and everything, you know, the 9/11, boy, that just about ended America right there in so many ways. And so, you know, you got to overcome fear-based stuff. And let's get into good detoxification and having fun here. Because you got to have fun no matter what pain you're in or discomfort you're in. You know you're going to get better because you're doing everything you can to get better. Herbs never hurt you. Once in a while you have a healing crisis and an herbal formula didn't suit you well. That's why I showed you muscle testing. If you think an herbal formula is not good for you, don't feel right with it, definitely muscle test yourself on this. Chiropractors are good at muscle testing, at least those that know kinesiology. And you should always go to a chiropractor that knows kinesiology. Much more informative medical chiropractor. But I taught classes for years with a chiropractor. He just graduated from Palmer, and I just got out of Brant Ridge, and so we teamed up and taught classes for a while. We bumped heads quite a bit at first because he was taught a lot of misinformation in A&P, anatomy and physiology. But that's because professors are like this as well. Most college professors are locked in the same thing. Very few people go beyond conditioned thought and see things for what they are. And I hope that I've done that and was able to bring you things that are beyond what the conditioned mind has understood. That's the importance of being spiritual and developing your ability to be in the now. Your ability to see things is incredible versus thought. Thought is focused attention. But being in the now is unfocused attention, and your ability to see how life interacts definitely goes way up there. So again, for you YouTubers, I apologize, David. I love you all, but sometimes we get comments like this and you shake the foundation of our clinic, and we've been helping hundreds and hundreds, I mean tens of thousands of people worldwide, and our success rate speaks for itself, to be honest with you. So comments like this, derogatory, especially from someone that should know better, is just a little, needs to be addressed. And when you come out with this, I'm going to address it. Because I'm just not going to let that stand. It's just I'm tired of letting things stand and people making comments that are just have no basis for it. So anyway, I hope this finds you well. I'm going to cut this video, and then I'm going to start one that will get in a little bit better space there. But I love you all. Remember, detoxification, healing crisis can be many, from swelling to pain. And yes, we don't know if you're filtering good, and if your symptom is you're getting worse or you're getting better. If you're doing all raw and you're doing the herbs, that's the best you can do. That's the best out there that you can find. If you can find something else, please let us know. You're at the top of the mountain, so you have to ride with it. If things swell, they'll go down. And if pain comes up, it'll go down. If pain doesn't go away, that's a problem. Then yes, you should have yourself checked. But then what are you going to do about it? You only have a couple of viable options allopathically, and the most viable options allopathically is surgery. Because outside of that, most of you know what taking chemical medications do to you. Most of you are having tremendous suffering because of the treatment-based thinking of allopathy. And those that haven't suffered enough, maybe you ought to try that for a while. And then you'll really appreciate this level of thinking, because this is the highest level of thinking on this planet. You can't get higher. There is none. You can add different things. You can add the spices, and you can add essential oils if you're real careful. There's so many neat things. When you look at nature, my God, that is life. That is everything on the planet. Man just decided that he was better, and that his narcissistic, immature mind, of course, made him think he was better than God. And, of course, God made him in his own image. That makes me want to throw up. So, I mean, there's just so much out there that is just unreal at this human level of consciousness. Just some of it's disgraceful. But, with that said, you guys are incredible beings. You practitioners out there, this is what you're going to run into. And I'm going to tell you, there is no A, B, C, D, E, F, G in detoxification. It does not exist. We know certain things. Yeah, we can withdraw. We can tell you to have some cooked food to slow down the detoxification. Or we can tell you to speed it up and go fast. We don't know. We're going to try one way. If it doesn't work, we're going to go another way. That's what we all try to do out there, is help you through this so you're as most comfortable as you can, knowing that we can only do so much for you. That your body is the one that's taking you down this journey. We're only trying to see what your body's trying to do and how we can help your body do it. So just keep that in mind, and I've seen some of your comments. Some of you guys have gone through some horrendous healing crisis, and you didn't come out with an attitude like this Sherry and this other person. You ride these healing crises great. Some of you are you're so loving that when you go through these, you know it, and you say, I know I love you guys, because you're a joy to work with. Because you're just a love from the heart. So many of you guys are just love incarnated. I just love you so much. But once in a while, you get someone like this who just doesn't get it. And I suggest that those people read a lot more books. I don't care. Read things from the natural hygienic community. Read about people who have done fasting and raw foods in their lives. You don't go to a medical doctor and ask him about fasting and detoxification. And I don't go, and you don't come to me and ask me about chemical medications. Because even though I know about them and I am very familiar with a lot of them, it's not my field. And I don't care about them. But I don't want them to hurt you. But I can just tell you that this is my field. And when a medical doctor gives a claim against herbs or detoxification, consider the source. This person is acting from a position of ignorance because he's not had as many years or time, and probably none. And we got a good surgeon in town. He's pretty good, you know. He took some weekend classes, and now he's an acupuncturist. That's scary. I mean, this is the sort of thing that is out there. And so we just have to get knowledgeable and control your own way. This is why I'm trying to get you guys to be the power yourself. Get powered up and don't be a leaf blowing in the wind. Don't let anybody take your joy or your power away from you. And so most of you are just kicking butt, got a hold of this, know when there's ups and downs, and those are the true healers out there. People that cry like babies like this, they don't make good healers because they're fear-based. So I love you all. I apologize that you all had to view this video. I really do, because it just takes me off of my balance sometimes to have to deal with this, but we have to deal with this. Detoxification is serious business. Healing crisis can be serious business, but no one dies from healing crisis. If someone dies, it's from the treatment of a healing crisis or a treatment of a condition. Not the natural way of detoxification. You can feel like you're going to die. There's no question about it. But we also have to look at low blood sugars, low blood pressures. We have to look at all kinds of things. If allopathy was to do anything, it should grow out of where it's at and come join us and help us with these advanced cases and help us through these cases. We all need to turn to detoxification, even adding it to it. Chiropractors need to detoxify while they're helping because they know that it's a lymph system that makes the muscle stiff that pulls the bones. So that it's on and on. It's also the acids that break down the muscles and the bones. So learning this whole thing is important to every modality out there, from acupuncture to chiropractics to allopathy. It's important that everyone understand the gig here and then use what you know to be true. It's okay to use chemical medications and allopathy if you only do it for short term, like a week or two, while you're helping the person getting better, getting well. But I see medical doctors stick people on 10, 15 medications and forget about them. They're done. So they're on these chemical medications for a lifetime. My God, the destruction of bone marrow and everything else in humans are assured. I mean, I was looking at that embryo commercial again last night. I just wanted to throw up that the FDA would allow that to take place. So understand, you're in a world that doesn't like you. You're in a world that people just want your money. They want to control you. We've just got some very serious problems in our consumer protection agencies, or what is touted as consumer protection agencies. Embryo, fatal events, lymphoma, oh my God, the list is long. Strokes, and uncontrollable infections. I mean, boom, 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 boom. I mean, you would allow something that on the market like that? That's why all the spiritual giants roll over, you know, when they hear stuff like that. It's like, oh my God, that's what makes this level so low on the totem pole. So some of what I'm telling you is a help to getting your next journey far better and way out of this area. If you don't want to come back to this low level, don't create any more at this low level. And then you're done. You're only experiencing your creation. Remember that. So again, I'm going to cut this video. I have time to go through some of your questions now. So let me have Chris get this up, and then I'll come back. So thank you. I apologize to most of you. Please don't be offended by this particular video. It's just what we've had to do to correct some of these misunderstandings here. And to think that our clinic, I mean, anybody that comes down on our clinic's coming down on me, and then I'm gonna respond to that, because we're doing our level best. If you don't believe it, maybe Sherry, you'll come here and work for us for free for a while, and that you really get your hands involved in what life's all about here. So thank you so much. I love you all, and I even love you, Sherry, and you, Lisa, and all you guys. I understand you're just unaware. It's time you get more aware. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.